Tottenham have signed up former Chelsea and Atletico Madrid midfielder Conor Gallagher, and this transfer has come with a massive mixed response from the Tottenham fan base. Some people are impressed with it and think it brings a lot of experience to the team, and some believe maybe this wasn't the midfielder that Tottenham needed in the first place. So today on the talkSPORT YouTube channel, we're going to be deep diving into Conor Gallagher and trying to find out if he is a good signing for Tottenham Hotspur. But before we get any further, if you are new to the talkSPORT YouTube channel and just discovering me right here, right now, get down below, leave your like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also let me know in the comments down below, do you like the signing of Conor Gallagher? So Gallagher is official. He has penned a 5.5-year deal with Tottenham Hotspur. As I say, the former Chelsea, former Charlton, former Palace, former West Brom midfielder who was most recently at Atletico Madrid with Diego Simeone and did quite well out there. Didn't have as many minutes this season, but when he went out there and made that move, and a bold move from Chelsea to Atletico Madrid, a lot of Chelsea fans were disheartened. I remember there being a massive Conor Gallagher tifo at Stamford Bridge during his Chelsea time when he was captain under former Spurs boss Mauricio Pochettino. And I think this transfer, obviously I've had a couple of days to mull over it since I, did my video reacting to the breaking news of it happening. And I feel like this is one that I'm slightly changing my opinion on. I think it's one of those ones where, what Tottenham have done is they've seen Aston Villa were keen, and Tottenham have been keen on this player for many years as well. Going back to under Ange Postecoglou, apparently there were reports saying that Postecoglou really wanted him, but Levy was not so sure. But now Tottenham have come back into it. Aston Villa offered a loan with an option or an obligation to buy for a lot less money, and Tottenham have gone in and usurped Villa, hijacked the deal, offering a permanent transfer for a lot more money, which I will say, people moan about Spurs for not doing this in the past under Daniel Levy, but they've gone and done it. So no matter who the player is, I think that is, a good deal. But before we get into the nitty gritty of, the stats of Conor Gallagher and what this signing could do for Spurs, I want to just play a recent clip from the newest episode of Inside Spurs on talkSPORT. Myself, Abbi Summers, and Majestic spoke about Aston Villa at the weekend, previewing West Ham as well. I'll link the video above my head and you can go and watch the full hour episode after this. But this is just a clip of what we had to say about Tottenham's transfer dealings, and in particular, Conor Gallagher. But before we go any further, I know I mentioned it in the intro, but I'm going to throw a stat at you guys right here, right now. A large majority of you watching this right now, and I know who it is, it's you. Yeah, you watching right there, eating your dinner. Yeah, you. You're not subscribed to the talkSPORT YouTube channel, and it's a new year, so your New Year's resolution is to subscribe. So get down below. I'm joking, obviously, but if you could do me the honour of subscribing, that would be great. Hitting the notification bell as well, because, when I've broken some transfer news or, I'm reacting to a game, that's the best place to find me. And also, a lot of my videos I do now are premieres, so you're going to be the first to watch it. But yeah, also leave your comments about Conor Gallagher. I'm keen to have a debate with you guys in the comment down below, and leave your likes. But enough of me waffling. Let's get on with the clip.
It seems as though we are going to be seeing Conor Gallagher come to Spurs. Until I see him in the shirt signing, I've
Sound like my dad.
Yeah, I'm honestly,
No trust.
Even Bridgie said it yesterday. He's like, Spurs fans, I can confirm.
Fabrizio,
yeah, all of them. No, I don't care. Until that person is like, until I'm in the flesh, see them at the Spurs stadium, they don't exist. But we can talk about Conor Gallagher coming to Spurs. They had a Chelsea tifo for him not long ago.
Yes.
Wow. What do we make of this?
Well, I said beforehand, I think this transfer was good 2 years ago when we were first linked with him. It sums Spurs up when it comes to their recruitment. I think it's good for now. I think it's a good transfer for January. It, fills a gap of the Bentancur injury, and I feel like he would fit in really well, a bit more tenacious, ball winner. And I think got some of his stats here. When he was at Chelsea in his 23-24 season, he was like second for assists, second for chances created, first for duels 1, tackles 1, interceptions and possession 1, which is amazing for Thomas Frank as well. I just think, again, it's not enough and a little bit too late with Spurs. I mean, again, in the summer, you probably still want another, passer in the midfield, like a, and when, it sums us up, we're probably not going to attract these players, but Wharton, Anderson or Baleba.
Dream on.
But what this screams to me is maybe they're not going to go for Palhinha, and this is the Palhinha replacement. So we never, with Spurs in the transfer market, you mentioned it earlier, we never really like add depth or like go one beyond or have a squad where we can look at it and go, look at this rich squad. It's always like, not even like for like replacements, but going, okay.
Gap filler.
Yeah, midfielder goes out, midfielder comes in. And I think if you look back to the summer, you were saying it there, Madge, oh yeah, like a deal for, we put money on the table for Xavi Simons, but there's more context to that because you had Morgan Gibbs-White, you had Eze and all the failings that Levy did on those deals. So I think you just got to look at this one. I think him, I think Souza, I think they're, you know, the thing is, this fan base has gone through enough rubbish and false dawns to take everything with a pinch of salt now and go like, oh, Gallagher, yeah, OK. I'm going to reserve my judgments to when I see him play. Yeah. And if he, you know, first 5 games, he's, you know, as a barnstormer, then I'm like, yeah, this was the right idea. At the moment, it just feels like shots in the dark when it comes to Spurs.
I don't think that Conor Gallagher is a shot in the dark in terms of us, like, player profiling. I agree with you. I wanted him 2 years ago before he went to Atletico. I thought he was a perfect fit for what we needed in that midfield. Someone that does have energy in midfield, has legs, late runs into the box-to-box player, like, adds goals as well from midfield. We haven't had a midfielder that scores goals properly. I mean, I can't even think of the last one, to be honest with you. Like Tom Huddleston, the odd one. So I actually think in terms of, he would have benefited Ange a lot, I think, at times as well. But I like him as a player. I mean, we love to get players too late. Like even James Maddison, we were linked with him before he went to Leicester, didn't do it. The Grealish one as well. There's so many. Oh my God, we could be here all day. We love to sign them a little bit later than we should. But then again, it's very rare we do business like with Chelsea in that sense as well. I mean, I think it's riling the Chelsea fans a lot more, in all honesty, because he's proper Chelsea. But you know, obviously wanted to live in London, not go to Villa. So I think that's a good signing. The Souza one, I'll be honest, I'm not really taking much interest in because I've seen that type of signing a million times. Happy to be proven wrong. Yeah. But I've seen that many times, and he'll be at Villarreal next season on loan. So I know how that story. Again, on Brian Gill again. Apparently, Brian Gill is still with us.
Oh, really?
I didn't. I looked the other day. I'm sure he's not.
Is he not anymore?
I think they actually got rid.
I think we actually finally did.
Oh, we finally did get rid.
I said I have sleep paralysis at night, and Brian Gill's at the end of my bed going, hey.
I'm actually going to Google that. Because at the end of last, I couldn't believe he was still with us last season.
It's crazy.
I will say something about the Gallagher signing.
He left for 15 mil to Girona.
Okay, you can take that bit out then of this. But maybe it was last season. I was thinking there's surely he's
6 mil. Market value was 15.
I will say something about the Gallagher signing. It did show some intent. Years gone by, whether it was Saido Berahino not paying that extra $5 million, at least they went, right, Villa have offered this loan with an option. We'll go straight in 10 million over. Like, I did rate that.
Would they have done that, though, if Bentancur hadn't got injured?
Yeah, but that shows intent, because look at the summer under Levy, where 2 players get crocked, we go around the houses and we sign the player too late.
One thing I will say...
This is quite early for Spurs.
One thing I will say, and do you know what the best thing about our show is? We have so many other clubs in the comments. Like, look, you lot mugs. Like,
we're laughable.
I know, but what I will say is, and there'll probably be someone in the comments saying this, and we are guilty of this, like, how dare we think we're too good for Conor Gallagher?
Yeah. How dare we?
Like, why? Why? Based on what? Yeah. Conor Gallagher, I'll tell you what, I'm excited for him. And I'll tell you why, when he was on loan at West Brom, right, we played a game, Harry Kane scored that backwards header, 1-0 win, right? He dominated us.
All of them. Charlton.
Yeah.
We're going about Palace.
Palace.
Brilliant at Palace.
You speak to Palace fans about him. He's great.
Never fall in love with a lone player.
Never fall in love with a lone player.
I think there's so much more to his game that there is to be seen.
But can Thomas Frank get that out of him?
I think he's personally been bought for the next manager.
Who is?
His old gaffer, Pochettino. He was his captain, wasn't he?
Loved him. Didn't want him to leave.
Yeah. So, and I think that might have been a big part of Poch going, well, if you're going to sell my captain and people like that, I'm off. Like,
are we all in agreement then that we think that Pochettino is the only man that can save this club?
So many people are like, don't go back, don't go back there.
Sure.
So Sonny's not there.
I'm not really sure. I'd never go back to an ex. I feel like the ship's maybe sailed on him, which is a shame, because I feel like when you do look at his time at PSG and Chelsea, like there were good moments there. But I just feel like now, like with the World Cup, it depends how that goes for the US. I mean, obviously, they've not had a great, prep.
Yeah, but they're not going to win the World Cup, though, are they?
No, but like at least...
We're not going to win the league, so it's fine.
If they get to the round of 16, though, that's a success. Trump will love that.
So, yeah, I am still going to reserve my judgment to see what Conor Gallagher will be like in the flesh. He is a player that
we haven't seen on these shores for a good couple of years. But, you know, as I say, his time at Atletico, mixed. Started off really well, strong, you know, sort of how Scott McTominay started his life at Napoli. But as McTominay's carried on, Gallagher sadly has been out of favour for Diego Simeone and a lot of these players. We all know what happens. They go abroad, they flourish for a little while, but they always want to come back to the Premier League, especially with Conor Gallagher eyeing up a place in Thomas Tuchel's England squad ahead of the World Cup in America, which I'm actually going to announce this now. I'm going to with talkSPORT. So, you know, follow my socials in the description and you'll be sure to see my journey come June when I go out there for a couple of weeks. But yeah, I think he was obviously going to be guaranteed more game time at us compared to Aston Villa. That makes a total lot of sense. But I think, you know, a lot of people, I've seen some Spurs fans not too impressed with this transfer. I've seen some Spurs fans, you know, think that this is a guy that we could probably need. My opinion is Tottenham still need a lot more work. This, ideally, helps us in the regard that it replaces the injured Rodrigo Bentancur, who's out until the end of the season, who I personally think should be moved on, even though he did sign a new contract in the summer. And also, it depends on the future of João Palhinha. I'm not saying they're like for like, but maybe the João Palhinha deal is not explored by Spurs in the summer. I mean, it will come to fruition what will happen. But starting off, before we go through any of the stats, this is how I predict the Tottenham lineup to be maybe this weekend for West Ham, the next fixture we have in the Premier League. This is, by the way, the most fittest team we can field at the moment. As you can see, I think Gallagher's going to be lining up in that, you know, deeper lying midfield role. Maybe over Palhinha, maybe over Archie Gray, considering that was what we lined up with against Aston Villa, and it did work well in the second half as we grew into that game. Depends what we want, and I assume against West Ham, we want to be more on the front foot like we were in that second half against Aston Villa. And ideally, I mean, I'd even see Gray maybe playing in that sixth position where he is probably more stronger defensively than he is going forward and can be more technical with his passing. And then Conor Gallagher playing a more advanced 8 role. I think that's where we're going to see Conor Gallagher deployed for Spurs. An 8 sort of marauding up and down the field using that energy that we know him for. I think even at Atleti, they call him the Bulldog, or whatever that is in Spanish. Let me know in the comments down below. My Spanish is not that good. So I think that's, you know, where we will likely see him play. And I, you know, I've seen a lot of people saying, but Sonny, you know, Tottenham still need a deep line playmaker, whether it be, and I'll just chuck the names out there. I know we might, probably won't sign any of these. Carlos Baleba at Brighton, Adam Wharton at Crystal Palace, Elliot Anderson at Nottingham Forest, and Angelo Stiller at VfB Stuttgart. So those are the players. But I think this is going to be one, and I've seen some reports saying that Tottenham probably going to end up exploring this in the summer. I think they're going to actually look more into wingers as this, you know, January transfer window unfolds. But looking now at Conor Gallagher's stats, and I think they are a very interesting read. So this is a tweet that Lily White Rose put out, obviously from Alistair Gold as well, saying in the 23-24 season, so this was the last season that Conor Gallagher was in the Premier League before he transferred to Atleti, Conor Gallagher created 53 chances for his Chelsea teammates, the 10th highest of the Premier League list of midfielders, with most above him being more attacking midfielders. And you've got to remember this, you know, Pochettino's side did have, you know, Enzo Fernandez. I believe Cole Palmer was there as well. So he was amongst, you know, quite good performing Chelsea midfielders. And even like if you actually deep dive into Conor Gallagher's overall stats from that season, the Premier League 23-24, these are his Chelsea ranks. So he got 7 assists, which was second. Chances created 53, which was second in the squad. Duels won 212, which was first in the squad. Tackles 152, which was first in the squad. Interceptions 43, which were first in the Chelsea squad. And possession 221, which was first in the Chelsea squad. And I'll be honest, this is probably the perfect Thomas Frank player. You know, that high energetic, winning the duels and passion. I guess that's why Thomas Frank was so eager to sign this player. He even apparently rung him up and convinced him on the phone that he should join this project. So maybe that also gives a hint to Thomas Frank's future at the football club, obviously depending what happens at the weekend against West Ham. So that makes for quite an interesting read. And then finally, I wanted to show you this pass success percentage versus progressive passes per 90. So as you can see, this is the Premier League from this season, 25-26, a minimum of 500-minute midfielders. You'll see that going along the bottom is the pass success rate from, upwards of 70, 75, 80, 85, 90%. And then along the left-hand axis, I always forget if it's the X or Y axis. I forgot my maths. Progressive passes per 90, obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's some excessive numbers here. You've got Ødegaard right at the top. You've got Curtis Jones, who's quite impressive. There's a lot of players on this list. As you can see, the blue highlighted players show Tottenham midfielders who have, met that 500-minute mark. You've got Bergvall, you've got Pellegrini, you've got Sarr, you've got Bentancur, you've got Gray. And then right in the red is Conor Gallagher from this season as well. Obviously, his La Liga numbers. And again, it's ranking okay. He's got a good pass success rate, but he's not really doing too many progressive passes per 90. Obviously, what's that, around the 3 or 4 mark? But I guess that's more than we've got at the moment. That's how you got to see it. And that's why my argument comes back around to, we do probably need more of a passer in the midfield. Hopefully, maybe the role of Conor Gallagher frees up an Archie Gray or a Bergvall to maybe give a bit more. Even Pellegrini. I mean, ideally, Pellegrini can then focus on the defensive style of his play, and Gallagher would then, come in with the tough tackles. So I find that quite interesting. I really do, in regard to what we could maybe see from Conor Gallagher in this side. Again, I'm going to reserve my judgment before I see him in the lily white shirt. I feel like he needs to come in and really hit the ground running, because a lot of Spurs fans are on the fence about this. I've seen a lot of people slate it, which might be a bit harsh, but I think Conor Gallagher can offer something that we don't have, and hopefully he will be utilised well by Thomas Frank. I'm slightly worried about Lucas Bergvall's progression, but I'm still hopeful that Lucas Bergvall will be used well, because if people start sniffing around Lucas Bergvall, I will not be happy. But as I say, a lot of people really mix on this transfer, and it's caused a lot of debate.
Are Spurs fans out there this morning quite rightly thinking, well, this is more like it?
It's okay, isn't it? I mean, a lot of noise was made about him departing from Chelsea because it was one of theirs and come out of their youth setup and had gone somewhere else and was, big name players were being signed at big dough and Conor Gallagher was being shoved out the door. I think he's okay. I think he did a fabulous time at Palace when they got a real lift from his energy. Do I think he's a world beater? No. Do I think he makes Spurs slightly better? Marginally. Are these the sort of signings that are going to catapult Spurs to the heights that they so desperately require? No. Would it have been a better move for him to go and play at Villa? Probably. And these are the challenges that Unai Emery's got, which is the frustrations of the fact that they've got 116 million worth of losses in 23, 50 million losses worth of 24. So they're getting really caught up in PSR. They've already done a deal with UEFA on the punishments they got as a result of sanctions. So Villa have got difficulties because they can't compete. This is the unfairness of it all.
Yeah.
They can't. They've got a manager and a capability of being at that level, and I think he'd have been better off at potentially Villa.
Well, if they didn't have those difficulties that you're outlining, and it was a level playing field, if you like,
they could really knock on some doors.
Do you think its destination might be Villa Park as opposed to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think he would have. Because they're in ascendancy. Villa are challenging for being inside the top 4. Tottenham are challenging to keep their manager.
Yeah. So this could get done sooner or later then, Alex, as far as you're hearing.
Yeah, I would expect it to be done very quickly, Jim. In fact, there's a story in my transfer notebook today that he's already said his goodbyes to Atletico Madrid teammates and coaching staff, not in person, but via quite a classy message, thanking them for welcoming him to the football club, obviously helping him settle in new surroundings. So I think the aim for Tottenham is to make sure he can be part of that squad for what could be quite an emotionally charged game against West Ham. We know there's no love lost between the two clubs. I think both managers go into that fixture at the weekend under quite a bit of pressure.
I mean, look, from what we understand, Atletico wanted a permanent move. Yeah. The loan that Villa were offering didn't suit them. Yeah. We don't know whether it suited Conor just to come back to London. That's where he's from. Geographically, it probably fits in more better with his lifestyle. And it's a permanent move. He might not have got as much game time at Aston Villa. I mean, I expect him, Bentancur's out for a while. Yeah. Their midfield, I mean, they need something, Spurs.
Yeah, they do.
They need something.
They need something. I think it's a good signing for Spurs. I do. I worked at Crystal Palace when he was there. So I followed him a lot there. I knew he had the good loan spell at Charlton as well, done well there. But I thought he was brilliant. He played a little bit higher up the pitch at Crystal Palace. That's why he got a few goals. I think got 8 Premier League goals maybe in that season than he does now for Atletico. I think Diego Simeone has him a little bit deeper, but the energy.
Oh, he's
and Simon Jordan mentioned that the energy that he brings is like a Duracell battery. That's what the Palace fans.
He works incredibly hard.
Like,
yeah,
really box to box, up and down. And as I said, at Palace, he was a good goal scorer. The only thing I don't want to see it halt the progress of Archie Gray, of Lucas Bergvall, and players like that. But Spurs need that injection of energy, that injection of experience, which is what Conor Gallagher's not got now. He's not young and he's not old, but he's experienced. He's gone away into Europe and he's done well there. So I think it's a huge opportunity for him to come to Spurs in London, as you said, and cement his place in the England squad.
That's key.
He has to be playing games.
It's a big next 3 months, isn't it?
And I agree. At the moment, I think we're very much looking at it in the here and now as well with Aston Villa and Spurs. Yes, at the moment, Aston Villa are doing better than Spurs. And Simon Jordan said that. But Spurs are still a good option for people. It's still a good option for players, especially in London.
Do you think you stay up?
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Yes, I think we'll stay up. Yeah.
Spurs fans, give us your thoughts. Look, I'm a big fan of Conor. I watched him.
Does it affect you? Does it bother you?
It doesn't bother me because
will it bother?
Yeah,
Chelsea
some
supporters?
Chelsea fans, yeah.
Well,
yeah,
is that it now?
So Chelsea sold him. He was, and I know what it's like. I can speak from experience. I was sold. And I know Conor, the club wanted the money more than they wanted Conor.
Yeah.
And when that decision is made by the club, and Chelsea made their choice when I was younger, they wanted the money more than me. Fine. They make their choices. You then have to make yours. It's as simple as that. And sometimes you've got to make decisions you're forced into. And Conor's got to work. If he hasn't got to go to Aston Villa just because some Chelsea fans feel as though he should. Like, I'm a big fan of Conor. He's a lovely lad.
The way he was.
He's a Chelsea fan as well, by the way.
Not treated by the fans, because I know that you really liked him, but the way he was treated kind of by the club, because when he was sold, it was a bit of a kick in the teeth.
Let me know in the comments down below, are you happy with the signing of Conor Gallagher? Do you think we should have signed someone else, or do you think we're going to wait till the summer? Also, let me know any other transfers you think Tottenham should be signing. I'll be doing more videos as the window edges towards its conclusion at the end of this month. But yeah, as always, as I said earlier in the video, leave your like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, like the video as well. Do me the honour of doing all those things. And until next time, hope you guys have a good rest of your week. I'll catch you soon for another upload. But until then, up the Spurs. See you guys soon. Bye.